Yo, what's up, y'all? Mr. Still, your local real estate agent here in DFW. And today is a rainy Wednesday here in DFW. I don't know if it's raining where you are. I hope you're enjoying your Wednesday. I wanted to do a just fun rainy day review, going over some homes in Zillow and getting you, letting you have the perspective of a real estate agent and what my thoughts are and kind of just what jumps out to me. Okay. So let's jump into it. As always, this is not legal advice or financial advice. And again, this is just fun. I'm just going with the flow. I haven't prepared anything for y'all. So we're just going to jump right into it and see what we can find, okay? All right, so I think I'm going to focus on the Dallas area today and see what we can find. I was going to look at some bougie houses, see what Zillow is kind of throwing out and jumping out at us. So obviously, like the Highland Park and University Park areas are really bougie and nice. So let's see what I had a mentor and friend that used to live like over on Beverly. And so he trained me in a lot of business. He was a big entrepreneur. He had created a lot of startups. He was in like the IT world. So let's start in Highland Park and go from there. So one thing I'm really liking are the colors on this one already. So I'm going to click on this one and see what we are looking. Now this is in Highland Park. Yeah, and like the lighting, the coloration, obviously they did a whole lot of saturating on the photos here, but it really does pop out. It jumps out. Sometimes you can get a little flack if you're a real estate agent and you kind of oversaturate your photos. Sometimes like Trek or whoever, maybe not like that, but dude, this looks awesome. So let's jump in on these photos and see what we're looking at. So 3.8, 5 bed, 4 bath, 3,900 square feet. So a lot of square feet. I'm loving the pool versus the greenery and the wood. I think with the warm lighting, this just pops. Looks great. Looks like you got a little balcony right here, and you're overlooking your pool. I don't know if that's a full pool or a jacuzzi or what. Flower bed, some greenery, got some rocks. Oh, and beautiful. You have an actual backyard, little fire pit. That's a big thing for me as a pet owner. I have a dog. I want a backyard. So this is beautiful. I like it. Very feng shui. I'm from the country, so I like some like scenery, some fauna, flora, fauna, yeah, this is cool. I like this. Um, Almost looks like a coffee shop over here. I dig that with like the menu or something. That's kind of cool. Like, dude, like this could be in a coffee shop. I dig this. I don't know what's okay. That's cool. All right, that's cool. Like all the wood, floors are good, good contrast. Got a bathtub, kind of small, but like it works. Dual sink, so that's good. You got to have the his and her. Okay, so here's the main bathroom. Yeah, okay, cool. This works. Yeah, like guest or kids, like they're gonna be fine in here. This is obviously the master, but yeah, I love a nice walk-in shower. And you got a nice, like, beautiful modern garden tub, uh, good sized closet. Again, another bathroom. This is the washroom. You got a sink and stuff. This is cool. The vibes are really good. Um, yeah, you got a little nook right here with an overlook. That's cool. Little office space with some views. Oh, another really nice bathroom. Okay, cool. I like that. I dig that. Okay, and I'm a dude. I mountain bike, so you already got my business. I bet that's like a pivot, a nice mountain bike right there. Got some cowboy hats. Oh yeah, that's cool. Look at that view. That's sick. And you still have some yard. Like I like that. Good driveway. If this is fenced in, which it looks like it is, I think that's a great selling point. So plenty of yard that's fenced in. It wraps around over here. I dig this. Like this is freaking sweet. So first great pick. Awesome views. The price per square foot is pretty high, even for Highland Park, in my opinion, at this large of square feet. That is kind of high at 982 a square foot. So not unheard of, but I mean, it's a great house. How long? It's been 5 days on the market. So I don't know that you're going to be able to negotiate much right off rip, but I think this is priced pretty high. Zillow, which they don't always confidently even give this estimate, and they're putting it at 3.6. So that's quite a bit away. And Zillow's not perfect. You can't always trust these estimates. These can be high and low. Don't get me wrong, but personally, even though I think they've done a wonderful job with this house, if I was representing buyers, I think I'd try to come in a little under this. Let's look at some more houses in Highland Park and compare. So keep that 982 per square foot number in your head, and look at some other houses in the Highland Park area. So that was no, that wasn't this one. That was this one. So right at 3.9 million a square foot. So just north of there, here's a 3.3 million, and this one has roughly like 400 or 500 square feet more than this one. And this one's at 998 a square foot. This one's at 982. Okay, well, hey, they may be priced accordingly, actually. I may retract my earlier statement. And that's kind of what you got to do. You got to kind of go through here and see what you're getting bang for buck wise. Yeah, because generally when you're going down on square foot, you can typically cater towards a little bit more and ask a little bit more per square foot. That's just generally how it works. Assuming you're comparing like apples to apples, like the caliber of home is similar. Now, personally, I think this is going to be a very more typical Highland Park home, which is not always like I think that last house really jumps out to my taste personally. Again, these Highland Park homes oftentimes will not have yards. I have a business mentor, and they had like a pool with like just this strip of like turf for the dog to go to the bathroom on, and they had like converted their garage into like above it was a guest room or a guest house or whatever. But this is a lot more typical of the Highland Park homes, in my opinion, style wise, floor. A lot of them will have like original wood floors that have been like refinished and stuff. And this is definitely, you got like the stone floors in some of the parts. Great home. Don't get me wrong. Well built home. I guarantee it. Personally, at this price point, like I'd much rather, gas, I gotta have some gas, but at this price point, the other home is definitely more my vibe. But this is a great home. Don't get me wrong. And a lot of people are gonna lean more towards this style. They don't want the style that we just looked at. But me personally, I did. So not a bad home, nothing to complain about, and great pool. Now, again, like I mentioned, you give up a backyard a lot of the times if you want to live in this Highland Park area. Again, Highland Park, it's a great school district. Your assets totally safe. Like you're going to make great money and equity on these homes if you buy in this area. So don't get me wrong. Again, a lot of people don't. They have cats or they don't have pets at all that don't need a backyard, and so you'll be just fine. But again, if you are a dog person like me, this is a tough obstacle to overcome when you just don't have anywhere for the dog to go to the bathroom. And, you're going to have to be going to the front yard, assuming and there should be one. But, again, it's like you're just kind of having to go out a lot, which they don't even show the front of the house, I think, in this one. Where's the front? Let's look. I'm trying to get you. That's weird. They don't show the front of the house at all. Maybe that's for privacy reasons. I don't know. That's weird. No front pictures of the house? Okay, here we go. And that's why there's not a whole lot to I don't know why they didn't show more of the front. I'm sure there's more yard than this, but yeah, so this is where I'm taking the dog to go. So great house. Personally, I think the other one's giving you way more bang for your buck. You're paying already less per square foot, which again, this one's less, so that's normal. Let's look at some crazy ones and see what this pulls up. See if this is pulling up anything like insane. Okay, so I like a lot of that yard right there. You're getting way more square. So this is like North Dallas, I guarantee it, where you're going to be able to get more bang for your buck. This one's kind of jumping out at me. This is a townhouse. Let's look at this. This is kind of cool. Very modern. That's interesting. What is that right there? So if you're more like a city person, but you just don't want to feel like you're just overwhelmed and you want kind of like a modern day balance, this would be a really cool townhouse, I think. Yeah, you got some really great views. I mean, look at that view, man. That's awesome, man. I mean, just this kills off and calms the anxiety of being in the city. So coming home to that would be pretty cool. It looks like it's got a great view from the back. Got your little garage, and then you got like your little center area. So that's cool. I like that. Yeah, this is really nice. I like this area. Yeah, man. And this would rent out. This would Airbnb no problem as well. And then yeah, you got some really nice views. Looks like a walking trail or something back here. I don't think that's the Katy Trail. Maybe. Um, yeah, that may be the Katy Trail. Let's see here. Yeah, that's cool. I really dig this. So at 1.3, you're getting a three bed, three bath, 2,500 square foot, and you're at 547 a square foot. So you're cutting a lot per square foot off, and you're still getting to be in that area that you really want to be in, and you're not having to trade too much to, And I think you got like a really nice house out of that. So that's pretty cool. Um, so here's a really modern style build in the Dallas area. Let's see where this is. Okay, cool. So we got 10 days on the market. Now, I got a buddy who's building a lot of homes that look really similar to this. This style is very in right now. Oh, that's cool. So, four bed, three bath, 2,600 square feet. And now you're under a half a mil at this. That's cool, man. If you're a wine person, that's kind of cool. Yeah, and I mean, this style is absolutely in. Again, this is like still pretty nice. Got your little electric fireplace right here. Good closet. Very modern, very chill, very chic, very open. Oh, cool. And you actually have a backyard. I dig that. And this looks like it's all new sod, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. They probably, when doing foundation or whatever, this all got torn up, and so it looks like they laid some new sod or whatever. It does look like it's dying, so I don't know what's going on there. Um, I'd probably check if you were my client just to make sure that this thing has like a sprinkler system or something in there. But other than that, yeah, this looks like a great deal. So I really like this one. On the lower end, and by lower I mean under half a mil. Again, there's plenty of people who are like they need a $250,000 home, and those do exist here, but they're not in this area for the most part, and they're not going to look like this. So today is not for you, unfortunately. I'm just kind of going through like some bougier stuff. Again, we're not going super high end. I mean, I could go find you an $18 million house real quick in the Dallas area, and be like, look at this, like whoa. So not quite like I mean, here it is. I looked at this one earlier, right? Like this thing is a 10,000 square foot freaking mansion for 18 million. Great house, lovely house, beautiful. But again, when I was looking at this earlier, my thought was if I had 18 mil, I just don't think I'd spend it on this. Like someone's going to buy this and it's going to hold its value. It's going to be a good investment. And it's a lovely house, but it's so much house. Like even if you were a family, like a big family, like you had three or four kids, it's like, I mean, dude, like let the mother-in-law move in because you're never even going to see her half the time. This thing's 10,000 square feet, like nine bathrooms. Dude, this is cool though. I really like this. I like to go to Europe a lot, and the backyard. I mean, dude, I can see myself smoking a cigar out here, grilling. Yeah, just vibing. I like that, Cuban style roof, with that style of shingles. So, yeah, I mean, this is cool. Don't get me wrong, but 18. That's what 18 mil gets you here in Dallas. So, not everybody's cup of tea, for sure. Let's go to like more north to the North Dallas area. There was one I really liked up here. Okay, so let's look at a few of these real quick, and then I'll let you get out of here. So this is 750. So now you're 280. You're getting way more reasonable on the square feet. You're still like smack dab in Dallas. This is the North Dallas area. This one's done a 50K price cut, so it caught my attention. Now see here, like I mentioned earlier, Zestimate, there is none. So Zillow's playing it very safe. Because they probably don't have enough comps, or again they don't want to put a number on this thing and be wrong. What I liked about this is even though this is like North Dallas, you're super close to the city, it feels very warm. You have like an actual backyard. It's not huge, but it's nice. Everything is good. Like I think this is a pretty nice, warm, inviting home for 750,000 to get into that area. It still needs some work done, but all in all, really nice home. I think a lot of people would like this. This is going to speak to a lot of people. And again, I really like a backyard. And not only is it a backyard, but it's got a view. So, like the backyard, as you can see, these are backyards looking into this little pond right here. So, that's really cool. And I like that. Let's look at the listing real quick. So, again, been on the market 40 days, a little over a month, price cut 50K. So, that tells me you've got very reasonable sellers who are realistic. Again, it's a lot smaller, or it's getting to the smaller side. 2,600 is nothing to bat your eyes out square feet wise. I mean, plenty of people would be just fine in a home this size. They're going to be just fine. 1 to 2 kids, a dog. You're going to have plenty of space. Let's move on. Okay, and I'm going to wrap it up on this one. I really liked this one. I thought this was a really good deal. So again, as you can see, here is the heart of downtown Dallas. Highland Park's right here, University. So here's North Dallas. And so we're like far North Dallas right now, next to Addison. Again, this is a really poppin' area. I actually used to live right over here in Carrollton. So this is a really centralized area to be in. Very nice, very safe. And I really like this house right here. This really jumped out at me. So I will say it's 6 days on the market, so probably not going to be able to negotiate too much. I think you could come in right under 500,000. You could probably get into the 490s on your offer. So a lot of things jumped out at me. Now it is probably one of the smaller houses we've looked at, but I really like this one at the price point. So again, it's one of the cheapest houses we're looking at. 1,700 square feet, 3-bed, 2-bath. Very ideal, especially if this is like a first or second home. You're going to be able to rent this thing out in the future if you wanted to. If you're not like a massive family, this still works. You got, if it's like you're a married couple and you're wanting a kid in the future at some point, this is going to work for you. Or maybe you have one kid, you can make this work, right? You're going to have a spare room for like office or gym. And again, 1,700 square feet is it's enough. You can make it work, but this is a lovely home. So I think these are solar panels. It looks like there's some here and here. That may be something else, I don't know, but I think they're solar panels. I really like the color of how all of this blends together. The fence really pops. It's a really nice fence. You get almost like blue tones because of the sun and lighting from those solar panels and parts of the roof right here. That really does well. You got the green, you got the white. This looks very nice. This is obviously the entrance. You got your little dining room, living room. Like everything looks really well done. It's an older, well-built house that has been renovated well, in my opinion. I really like this. I like the kitchen, the butcher block. You got your double sink right here. Gas, which is really important to me again. And look at that view. You got a little sunroom or dining room, whatever. You get some plants in here. And you actually have a backyard, which I love. So pantry, bedrooms, really like this bathroom. And if I'm not mistaken, this is like the guest bathroom. And this is great. Like I could happily let my girlfriend or wife in the future like have the other bathroom, and I could be very happy as a guy in this bathroom, and guests coming over, they're going to be just fine, or a kid, whatever. Obviously you've got the master right here, which is awesome. You got your moonlight window in the roof right here. I just love that. And then another angle view, you've got your sliding barn door and a great view. And that looks like it's going into the master bathroom. Here's your master, which totally works. You got a little garden tub, probably got some jacuzzi jets. I love a walk-in shower, so got a modern glass walk-in shower. Your 2 closets right here, I'm sure. Again, sink and all that, large counter, it works. Yeah, and 2 sinks. Okay, yeah, and again, so you're good, right? You got your his and her, you're good. Closets work totally. They're not technically walk-in, but you've got plenty of space. You got 2 of them. This works. I like it. And again, you have a backyard, man, with a nice fence, trees. It's beautiful. In the city, I'm from the country, and one thing I found is stuff like this, coming home to something like this, just kills the anxiety of the day, man. I mean, I would just I can go out and just lay in grass, seriously, and just decompress. You got plenty, sizable privacy fence, and it elevates as it goes up here. So, no one's looking at you. Beautiful backyard for what you're getting. I like this. It works. And I think even though it's 1,700 square feet, again, more backyard, just works. Love it. Beautiful. Love the trees. And so this is cool, right? The home actually makes the C and it wraps. And so I think it makes up for they really do well with the amount of space and square foot this home is. I mean, it's really spread out well. You get this, you get the views from the primary bedroom. This breakfast nook over here is great. You don't have the other bedrooms are looking out this way, so you don't have like you have to as the master bedroom. You can have like really good windows and lighting, and you don't have to really worry about anyone like at night in their room like looking at you. Like this is the breakfast nook. No one's sleeping over here, so that's really good. I think this is just a really cool layout. They did a really good job, and it makes the home feel very expansive and just work and flow. So, I mean, great views. You're walking down your hallway, and you have just a beautiful view from basically every room, from the primary bedroom down the hall, living room, kitchen, all the way to this breakfast nook over here. You're just getting a look out in that beautiful bedroom. I mean, that is just awesome. I mean, you're walking through, and this is what you're seeing. It's beautiful. So I like that. I like that a whole lot. And I think that works and flows. And this is what I mean. Like, yeah, here's your breakfast nook over here. I love that, man. I'm going to end it on here. I think this is a great home to end it on. And I think it's beautiful. I really like this at 293 a square foot. So you're getting into the reasonable place. Again, if this one does happen to sit on the market, I think this one's actually priced really well. Again, it's lower on the square foot, so this is not unheard of for 293 a square foot. So if you look, what I would do is I would go in here and I would look at the surrounding houses. So look, like first off, you got a Ballin house right across Preston over there. I wouldn't use that as a comp though. These are great comps, right? So these are right down the road, and this one is almost the exact same square foot. It's priced over 300 a square foot. So it's priced higher square foot already. And personally, even just looking from the front, I don't know that I like this one more than that one. So you're starting off at a better price point, less per square foot. I'll skim through this real quick for you. Again, nice house. It does have a pool. So if you're like, you want a pool, this could be a game changer. I don't have to have this pool because it kills your backyard, and I want a backyard. But if you want a pool, hey, this might be the one for you, and it might be more bang for your buck. But like numbers wise, and again, this one's at 280 a square foot. Now it's more. It's got more square foot, but like, I mean, I'm not loving this backyard nearly as much. So like I said, like, I mean, to be able to get into the same neighborhood, this is priced pretty well. It's the cheapest listed house in this neighborhood. My opinion, I like it better than these two. Now, this one might win out because it's got the pool. That's the only reason why this one might win out is the pool. But other than that, this house has got the vibes, man. It's got soul. It's got a heart. That's what I love about this thing. All right. Well, that's a wrap. I got to get to work. I got to do some other stuff on this rainy Wednesday. I really hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and the rest of your week. If you found this valuable, please like and subscribe, comment below on YouTube. This may be too long to throw up on Instagram, but if I can, I will. And I hope to catch you on the next one. Peace, guys. Enjoy your week.